What's going on, guys? Welcome to the New 50 Noob. I am Pimple Simon and I am here at Big City Comics, and I'm not doing a haul video today. I've only got 4 books. It's one of those weird weeks where I've got more Marvel than DC. So I thought I'd hang out with my boy Mark. Say hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. And I'm just gonna have some general chit chat with him, show you what he gets up to on New Comic Book Day, some behind the scenes stuff, and yeah, I've got some comic book chit chat to go through with him. So let's do this. Alright, so it is Wednesday, and Wednesday is New Comic Book Day. So, Mark, obviously it's a big day at comic book shops. What is the things you have to do on Wednesdays?
Pick up my box from the airport.
For those who don't know, where do all your comic books come from?
The United States.
Talking about the company.
Oh, Diamond.
Diamond, that's right. Only place you can get comic books.
Diamond Comic Book Distributor. And then I go through my invoice to make sure that everything was delivered on time.
And then how many actual regular customers do you have that you have to do your pull list for?
I have about, it's quite small, but I'm very proud of it because they're all my friends, really. They've become all my friends. I have 50, 60 customers.
That's a lot, that's not small. I remember when I first met you, you used to come into the old shop. You used to always have your regulars there. Like every week I used to show up on the Wednesday and I was like a no one then, right? I didn't know anything. I used to just rock up and you'd have your little crew that would show up first thing as soon as you guys opened, and you guys all do your little chat, and I'd be standing in the background like, I don't know what they're talking about. And then eventually I became part of that crew.
The comic book community is a very special community. It's very loyal. We want to talk about what we're reading. We want to discuss what we've just read, you know, and not everyone reads comic book, but when we find someone who loves comics, they become part of the community, and we enjoy them into the conversation. So they ask each other, what are you reading? Or what are you reading? Or they look at each other's pull lists, you know, and they go, how was that? How did you know what I mean? So I love bringing, I suppose, I know it's a big task of bringing people together. Yeah,
I follow Mark to this shop. I used to go to his old shop, which is very convenient for me. This new shop is, it's not close. It's not close for me.
And I appreciate that.
When I go to other comic book shops, I mean, it's fine, but I notice...
What? You go to other comic book shops? Sometimes. Are you cheating on me, man?
Sometimes.
I'm gonna have to call lawyers, mate.
They don't necessarily go out of their way. Like if you start talking to them, they'll absolutely just go off on a tangent about their comic book stuff. I never do that to people because I know I can't hang in a conversation with comic book people. You know, I remember when I first actually came into your old shop and you asked me, you're like, where do you normally shop? And at the time, because I was new, I used to just go everywhere. Like every day off, I would check out new shops. That was just my thing. And the day I first came into Big City Comics was the day Batman Damned came out. And I called you up and I was just like, I need this book. And yeah, I came down and got Batman Damned, and that's, the Bat Dong is what, made this friendship flourish.
The Bat Dong?
The Bat Dong.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ask away, buddy.
So, 2 things. First one, something I did hear about. I just want to know your opinion on it.
Yep.
You know how, I think it was at New York Comic Con, they were talking about how DC want to introduce a timeline. So everything, like their continuity essentially makes sense.
DC want to make a timeline.
Yeah, exactly right. So even me as a noob, I was like, that's not gonna work.
I get it. Anything can work if they do it properly. Anything can work. It's like the reason why they fixed, the way they fixed New 52 was to say it was Dr. Manhattan. You know what I mean? And that's what the Doomsday Clock is all about, sort of thing.
Alright, well the next thing I want to talk to you about, which is, since you bring up New 52 and Rebirth, so I've been listening to this new comic book podcast, and they talked about something that I had never heard of. So have you heard of DC's 5G initiative?
No.
Alright, so these guys are talking about apparently...
5G initiative?
Yeah, so...
Is that to do with a network or...
Well yeah, that's what it sounds like, right? That's what it sounds like. But apparently DC are wanting to do another reboot. So Rebirth done, we're starting again. So 5G apparently stands for 5th generation. I think that's the guess.
I don't think the comic industry is going to survive that.
Well, here's the thing. Well, that's what's going to lead on to the next question after that. So apparently, according to these guys on the podcast, they were saying things like they're revamping everything. Where, and get this, man, get this. You're about to be shocked.
I'm listening.
Batman is not gonna be Bruce Wayne. Batman is gonna be, now they said Luke Fox, which I'm assuming is...
Lucius Fox.
Yep. So they said Batman's gonna be him, and Superman is gonna be Jonathan. So, but what do you think? I mean, do you think that's gonna, yeah, so you're saying that won't...
I don't think, I don't know, it depends how they do it, that's one thing. DC tried this once before, during New 52, towards the end of New 52, and it didn't work, and that's why they came up with Rebirth. Because it didn't work. It didn't work.
So what had a better response? Remember guys, I'm new. What had a better response out of the New 52 reboot and the Rebirth reboot?
I couldn't say from sales because I wasn't running a store.
Yeah.
But from opinion based, it's hearsay. Like it's opinion based. That's what that is. The Superman was done poorly. Batman.
Which one? In which Rebirth or Superman?
In New 52.
Superman was done poorly.
Yeah. And this is opinion based. Batman started off well. It was Snyder. You know, Court of Owls was awesome. You know, just added to the mythos of Batman. I've said that before. But towards the end, whether it was Snyder or the execs telling him they wanted to go in a different direction, who knows? They went in a bad direction, in my opinion. Putting James Gordon in a mech suit, and all of a sudden, from being in his 50s, went to being to looking like he was in his 30s. I mean,
yeah. See, my boy Stu loves that, and I was like, man, that sounds dumb as crap.
That's because it was dumb as crap.
If they do this 5G thing that the comic book industry won't survive.
It depends how they do it, what they're going to do. I mean, taking Bruce. I mean, they've taken Bruce out of the suit before, and they put Dick Grayson, which was very well done, and it makes sense. And they did it very different.
Don't you think it makes more sense to have Damian become Batman?
He's too young.
Yeah, so where do you see the comic book industry going? As far as like everything becoming digital and things like that.
Where do I see it going?
Yeah, like do you see it surviving is what I'm like.
I think I wrote a paper on that in uni.
Yeah?
Seriously, I think I did.
And how much has things changed since uni, Mark?
I own a comic book store, that's one thing.
That's right. But yeah, like as far as like everything going digital and things like that, like for me...
There will always be paper.
See, for me, digital comics, like I get it, it's convenient. I mean, obviously I'm a collector, so I'm always gonna buy the things, but I was just gonna say, digital, for it to really succeed, it has to be cheaper. Why are they charging the same price for a digital book as if you buy a hard copy? Like that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
And this is what I tell people who come and say I just buy digital books, and that's fine. It all comes down to, like everything else in this world, is lifestyle choice. Everyone has a different type of lifestyle, busy, not busy. You know, some people have no room to store their comics, because if you store your comics, if you get paper comics like these, you got to store them somewhere. Some people haven't got room.
Yeah.
So digital comics is the way. I hate the label, I hate labels, but in saying that, there is the reader and there is the collector. And the reader tends to lean probably, if he has no room, towards the digital comics. The person who loves to collect and loves to read something physical will always go to the paper comics. And again, you know, I have digital comics, but the reason why everyone has different, the reason why I love digital comics is because I have old comics that I love stories of, you know, old Batman stuff, old Superman stuff, and I don't want to go to my physical comics and open them. So I read the digital stuff. Yeah, I'd love to open them and smell them because that's what I love to do. I know I'm weird, but you know, we all have our weirdness. Yeah, so that's what I think about digital comics. I don't think it'll go fully digital. I think there'll always be physical print comics. Just like, you know, people say, oh, newspaper is dead, but newspapers are not dead. So it's just a choice. It's good to have choice, it's good to have diversity. Right now, what I'm doing now is I'm going through, I'm ticking off all my stock. Make sure there's nothing missing. When there is something missing, I'll circle it, and then I'll email Diamond comic book distributors, and they will promptly replace it. If it's damaged, replace it if it's missing, and so on and so forth.
If books are damaged, do you have to like send them a photo or anything?
No.
You just literally could be like, these were damaged?
Yeah. You know, I've never...
Trust.
I trust is a big thing for me too, so I treat people like I want to be treated, so I don't take advantage of the system.
And that's another episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this content. Check out my back catalogue. Thanks for having us again, Mark.
My pleasure, always.
Say I'm Batman Mark.
I'm Batman Mark.
And I am Pimple Simon. Till next time.
Till next time.